What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you my UFC 165 recap and results. Let's get started with this card. Alexander Gustafsson taking on Jon Jones for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. But there was other stuff like Khabib Nurmagomedov and Pat Healy putting on an entertaining first fight of the night. Pretty solid fight. Khabib still undefeated in his MMA career and undefeated in the UFC. Beating a top 10 guy like Pat Healy was good for his career. Now he can move on forward, and I can see this guy becoming a huge threat in the lightweight division, and especially if he knows how to put his hands up and not fight like a weird version of Lyoto Machida. He was fighting weird to me. That's all I got to say. Now we move on forward to the middleweight type between Francis Cormont and Contas Philippou. This was me during the whole fight. Yawning, boring. Francis Cormont and Costas Philippou, UFC was all trying to hype it up. Oh, these two are going to strike the building down. Yeah, that didn't happen. That was actually the boringest fight I have seen since a John Pitch fight. Francis Cormont wins. Unimpressive. Don't give this guy any big opportunities. He don't deserve these big opportunities if you're going to fight like GSP. I mean, seriously, man, we don't need no more boring fighters in the UFC. I understand wrestling is a part of MMA, people, but I like wrestlers like Chael Sonnen, like Jon Jones. Guys who get on top and will beat the shit out of you. Not just look at you. Shogun used to do that back in the day. That's what made... And Mark... Come on. Mark... Oh, God damn it. Mark the Hammer... Mark Coleman, is it? I forgot. Mark Coleman, old guy. Most of you fans probably don't remember him. Now we move on forward to Brendan the Hybrid Shaw defeating Matt Mitrione. Well, this was what happened. This fight was pretty entertaining, but Brandon Schaub shows why he's better than Matt Mitrione because he has more overall skills than Matt Mitrione does, and got him in a sweet-ass Darce choke, and Matt Mitrione almost could have gotten out of the Darce choke, but he leaned towards, the way that the choke was pretty much being executed, so he helped out Brendan Schaub get that choke in. Brendan Schaub was like, thanks, bro, and Matt Mitrione decided, I'm going to be a warrior, and he just passed the fuck out. Brandon Schaub ends up winning. Good win for Brandon Schaub. He needed a win like this. And let's see what this guy can do in the heavyweight or 205, wherever he wants to move up or down to. Up next, we got the bantamweight fight between Renan Barão and Eddie Wineland for the interim bantamweight championship. Yeah, people, if you guys don't remember, this is the interim title. Dominic Cruz is still healing from that bum-out knee that happened like, what, 2011? Jeez, Dominic Cruz, where have you been? There has been almost 20 UFCs since we have seen you in this octagon. Get back soon, man. But Renan Barão and Eddie Wineland definitely won the first round, that's for sure. But Renan Barão, he went into kill switch mode. He was like, oh shit, he won the first round? That can't happen. All of a sudden, Renan Barão just comes out of the second round, hits a spinning side kick, not a back kick, a side kick, because he used the side of his foot to hit the head of Eddie Wineland. And pretty much, Wineland went out. Renan Barão just swarmed the shit out of him, and Wineland was just like, oh, fuck, I am screwed, and that's what happened. Renan Barão is still your international interim bantamweight champion, and he likes to do a little dance like this. He's like, I'm Renan Barão. I'm Renan Barão. That's pretty much what he was doing after that. And then now we get on to the main event of the evening. Jon Jones taking on Alexander Gustafsson. And let me tell you guys something. This is the fight of the motherfucking year. Oh my goodness. This fight was so much fun to watch. If you missed this fight, shame on fucking you. Shame on fucking you for missing this fight, because this fight was killer. First round, Gustafsson came out and pretty much took a beating to Jon Jones. Got a cut over his right eye right there, man. Jon Jones, I said that cut's going to affect him the whole fight, and it did pretty much the whole fight affect him. It affected him big time. You could see that Jon Jones was not the same Jon Jones. His movement was slow. He really, really did not look impressive at all in this fight. I'm being dead honest here. I wasn't impressed with Mr. Jon Jones in this fight. Gustafsson, I was impressed with. And we get on to near the final rounds, and this is where Jon Jones starts turning it on. And Gustafsson, he's looking tired as shit. The commentators were like, Gustafsson still looks good. I'm like, no, dude, that motherfucker is tired. But so was Jones. Jones was really tired. Both of these men, they didn't look like they were in great shape, in my personal opinion. But who am I to say? Because I'm fat as fuck. So, pretty much, what I got out of this fight was both men looked pretty impressive. This was an interesting fight. Not a lot of takedowns. Jon Jones's takedowns were neutralized throughout the whole fight, except for in the 5th round where Gustafsson was really tired. And that's where I said, oh, you're done, son. He's going to get those elbows in. But Gustafsson popped right back up. Close fucking fight. Now, for me personally, I had the first 3 rounds of Gustafsson. Then I had Jones win the last 2 rounds. But I also forgot about one thing. This ain't boxing, motherfuckers. This is MMA. And there's something called leg kicks in which Jon Jones dominated it. And to me personally, I know a lot of people will say, Gustafsson got screwed. Yeah, if this was boxing, he would have got screwed, but this is MMA. Jon Jones ends up winning the fight via unanimous decision. Normally, I would be upset in these decisions, but the thing is, it wasn't like Gustafsson dominated Jones the whole fucking fight, and it was like, what? How did he win? This ain't Shogun and Lyoto Machida won. I mean, seriously, Jon Jones won the leg kick battle. He won the kicking battle, and that's part of your overall strike stat. And if you want to go look at the 2nd round and give that to Jones, I could see why people did. You know, Gustafsson and Jones in that 2nd round, wide open. You don't even know who won that round. That was the deciding round. And I think people need to go watch that 2nd round again and maybe think, like, you know, who won that 2nd round? Because to me, that was the deciding round. Some idiotic judge gave Jon Jones 4 rounds, which was ridiculous to me because I don't even know how he won 4 rounds. But Jon Jones ends up winning in a close competitive fight. This wasn't a screw job. This isn't something where you say, oh my God, this was terrible. Gustafsson got screwed. He didn't get screwed. Jon Jones leg kicked him. And leg kicks are a part of MMA. Or do we forget how fucking Forrest Griffin won the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship against Quinton Rampage Jackson? Do we forget about that? Do we forget about that? And also, when I looked at the 5th round, Gustafsson was getting his ass kicked like a pig, man. The dude looked pathetic in that 5th round. If he would have dominated all 5 rounds and Jon Jones won just because he leg kicked him a couple times, that's a legit to complain about. But the thing is, Gustafsson did not win 4 rounds. He only won 2 or 3 rounds. I thought he won the first 3 rounds, but definitely lost the last 2. I felt Gustafsson won. But it turns out Jones won, and I can understand why people take Jones. So don't say this is some screw job for Alexander Gustafsson, because it isn't. It is not a screw job. Gustafsson lost fair and square. Pretty much all I got to say. Just go watch Forrest Griffin and Rampage Jackson. Go watch that fight, and then you guys will be like, all right, I see where this motherfucker's coming from. So, overall, UFC 165, okay show. Jones, you know, he retained the UFC Lightweight Championship, now has 10 consecutive wins. Now he's on the list with Royce Gracie, Georgia St. Pierre, and Anderson Silva. I respect the Jon Jones and the GSP. I don't need to fight them. Yeah, that's what Anderson Silva said this week. But anyways, guys, up next we have UFC on Fight Night, where we have Jake Shields versus Damian Maia. Oh boy. Anyways, guys, if you guys like me, you can subscribe by clicking down below. Like this video, dislike this video, do whatever you want with this video. I'm out of here. Hope you enjoyed the UFC tonight.